All right, you guys, I'm back on the Lotus Europa. I'm so excited. Hopefully this is the final push. I've had this car at least 2 years now. This is a 1969 S2 Type 54. I've driven the car a couple of times, really brief test drives, and neither of them went very well. It's kind of a long story. I'll explain it in another video. But I'm really excited to have it, in this position here at the shop, and I'm ready to start working on it. I really don't know what's gonna happen for sure, but I have verified that the engine and transmission are good. This thing shifts smoothly. The engine seems to run really smooth. And I went through the coolant system and the brake system before. Those were the big things. When I got the car, the coolant lines were really bad, and the brakes were bad. So after I test drove it, I realized immediately that the suspension was not only in need of replacement, but it was what I would consider pretty dangerous. For such a lightweight car like this, your suspension and steering is critical. And these cars, obviously Lotus has had some wiring things. So if I love the way this drives, once I am done with the steering and suspension, then I'll likely rip all the wiring out and just rewire the whole car. I'm actually right now rewiring this 51 Ford. I'm working part-time here at this shop and learning a bunch of great skills for working on your own stuff. So we'll see. I'm optimistic that I'm gonna really enjoy this car. Based on some of your guys' comments in previous videos, forums that I've read, a few of the YouTube videos I've seen. Even the little bit of time that I drove the car, I was laughing at the steering. I could not believe it. It was really, really something unique and special. Mind you, I only drove the car probably a couple miles at pretty low speeds. I will explain that in another video and show you guys. In fact, I recorded part of it. Yeah, I'm excited. This is a new experience, man. This is a really unique driving experience. I know that some people they hate the way these look. Let me show you guys something. This is the S2. The S1, the body was molded to the chassis, and this one is bolted to the chassis. So that is, I think, in terms of serviceability, it's more desirable than the S1. But in my opinion, the S1 is the nicest, cleanest one. There's no bumpers on it. They don't have these. They're very, very smooth and streamlined. And then, the twin cam, it seems like a lot of guys really are like, oh, you got to get the twin cam, just full transparency. I would never own one of those twin cams. Now, the motor, I'm sure, is fun. Although I'm quite curious because I think that maybe that twin cam engine is more problematic than this Renault. This has the original 1.6 liter Renault engine in it, which is pretty cool. It's very simple. It's only rated at, I think, 82 horsepower, but the car only weighs 1,500 pounds. So it doesn't need a lot. But I know that some of you guys that are into these Lotuses, don't hate me for saying this, but the twin cam, I think in 72 is when the rear sails right in this area changed, and it got really dramatic. And that shape is just truth be told, I would not own that car. I just can't stand the look of that right there. Where this already is funky to me, but I still like it. So a lot of times when people think of the Europa, they picture, because it seems that they only made 9,000 or 9,800 total Europas. And so in 72, and because they had the bigger engine, I think that one gets a little bit more love. These are called the rear sails. And so see, this is kind of like a fastback. It's really, in my opinion, it's dramatically better looking. In 72, this piece went down, very dramatic, and went like this. And I mean, it really looks bad. So I cannot stand the look of the other one. I'm sure that it's incredible to drive, but it's just better looking, in my opinion. And to me, the way that the car looks is important. Because yeah, I got to look at it. When I walk up to it, I sold my BMW E30 because I let somebody drive it and I followed them, and I couldn't stand the way the back of the E30 looked. I actually was like, I think that the E30 it's still a car I would buy another one, to be honest. I think they're amazing. Random little rant, but I saw the back of that car and I sold it. I'm like, I hate the way it looks. It looked to me like some kind of 90s Accord or something that I just couldn't, I hated the shape of it. I think I sold it the next week. But yeah, there's gonna be plenty of people that hate the look of this, but obviously there's some folks out there that like them too. I think they're really cool. Very, very curious. I cannot wait. You know, I've seen a few of these in person. There's not a lot of them out there in the world. There really isn't. But the few that I've seen, the fiberglass gets really cracked. The previous owner had this car painted in about 2006, and it's honestly, for fiberglass, I think this is super nice. The car is, it's not even black. It's kind of this, it's a BMW blue. This Europa was originally yellow, by the way. And the previous owner had the interior done. So it's pretty cool. It's not, I wish it was the original dash and everything, but it's not. Somebody redid the dash. It's very British. I like it, but it's too complicated. Once I do, you know, steering and suspension, I'm replacing the ball joints, all the bushings, tie rods, you know, all this stuff. So I get on I hope that it will be, I believe the car will be, it'll certainly be safe because I'll have good brakes, you know, and all in the critical steering components and suspension stuff will be all safe. So I should be good to go. If it goes well and I like it, the next step will be to rewire it. And honestly, I'm gonna just pull that dash out and I will just make a new dash for the car and make it very simple. I don't think I could get my hands on an original dash. I don't know. I'll definitely look into it before I go start making one, but pretty simple. I could definitely make a dash. So we'll see. That's it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Wish me luck.